You think a memory is like a video you filed away. Press play, and there it is, exactly how it happened. It isn't. Last time, you found out your brain edits your own odds without asking you. It does something even stranger to your memories. Every time you pull one up, you're not hitting play. You're rebuilding it from scratch. Your brain uses three things to do it. A few real fragments that survived. A general sense of how things like this usually go, and whatever's happening around you right now. Mix those together, and that's your memory. You didn't remember it. You rebuilt it. Once you know to look for it, you catch yourself doing this constantly. You remember exactly what you wore to an event and then find a photo that says you're wrong. You're not lying. You just rebuilt the wrong outfit onto a real day. Scientists found something stranger still. The moment you pull an old memory back out, it goes soft, briefly editable before your brain locks it back down, but only under one condition. Something about it has to surprise you. If the memory plays out exactly the way you expected, it stays locked and untouched. Surprise you, even slightly, and the door opens for a little while. While that door is open, whatever you're feeling, hearing, or being told gets folded into the memory before it locks again. Not replaced, folded in. So the version you lock back down isn't quite the one you pulled out. Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus tested how far this could go. She told adults a story about getting lost in a mall as a kid, a story their own family had supposedly confirmed. It never happened, but after a couple of conversations, some of them didn't just believe it. They added their own details, the store, the panic, a kind stranger who helped. Not everyone did this, and even the ones who did mostly borrowed pieces of a real memory, a time they got lost somewhere else, and stitched it onto the fake one. Nobody built a memory out of nothing. They rebuilt one out of real parts, with the wrong label on it. You might think this only happens to fuzzy childhood memories, the kind you were never that sure about anyway. It doesn't. It happens to memories you'd swear to in court. Eyewitnesses who are completely confident in their identification are still wrong more often than you'd expect. Not because they're lying, but because every time they were asked to describe the suspect again, they rebuilt the memory again. Each rebuild picked up a little more from the question itself. And it isn't rare or dramatic. It happens at your own dinner table. Tell the same family story every year for a decade and watch it change. The joke gets funnier. The near miss gets closer. Someone swears it happened in the rain. Nobody's lying. Everyone's just been quietly rebuilding the same memory once a year, and it drifted a little further each time. Two people can walk away from the exact same afternoon holding two different memories of it, and both of them will be certain they have the real one. You were never handed a recording of your own life. You were handed a rebuild service, one that runs every single time you look back, whether you ask it to or not, and it never once checks with you first. And it isn't just your memories that get the rebuild treatment. Wait until you see what your brain does to a photograph you've looked at 100 times.